Baby, you wouldn't last a minute on this bracket if Chiodos didn't come in as the first number 10 seed on the board. Craig Owen's vocal range is absolutely wild. As previously referenced, the song Baby You Wouldn't Last a Minute Got in the Creek is an absolute masterpiece. When I drop that song at an emo night, especially if our buddy Craig's with us, the crowd goes absolutely insane. Again, lead singer problems. Chiodos without Craig Owen's vocals just isn't really Chiodos, in my opinion. I think post-2009, this is when the band kind of stalled out, which is a shame, because this is also when that type of music really started to explode. And you saw bands that just weren't as good as Chiodos get a lot bigger than Chiodos. And that's unfortunate.
Hey!
I guess we'll figure it out. And by that, I'm referring to the MovieLife becoming the number 10 seed in the tournament. What do Take It Back Sunday, Bayside, Nightmare You, and I Am the Avalanche all have in common? Well, they feature members of the band The MovieLife. The MovieLife was the first band that I was introduced to that blended some melodic hardcore elements with pop punk. I love every single song that the band ever put out, but 40 Hour Train Back to Penn is by far their best album. They just released pop punk anthem after pop punk anthem. Hey, Jamestown, Face Her Kneecaps, and This Time Next Year are just absolute bangers. They just didn't last long enough. I wish there was more of a catalog to draw from. I think they were held back a bit by Drive-Thru Records. The band almost signed with Equal Visions early on, and it would have been interesting to see how long they lasted if they had signed to a label that truly invested in developing talent. We're moving right along. Don't go anywhere. Don't think about reinventing your exit from this video, because Underoath is coming in as the next number 10 seed. Underoath are the undisputed kings of Christian metalcore. These guys exploded, and then all of a sudden it seemed like every band with heavy elements was a Christian band. For a period of time around 2009, I just assumed every heavy band making a name for themselves was at least pretending to be Christian. And I was usually right. By that I mean most of them were pretending. The emo, screamo, metalcore Christian scene got really bloated and really oversaturated really quickly. Most of the bands sounded the same, but Underoath always stood out. They received 3 Grammy nominations, their most recent coming just last year. Unfortunately, there was 10 years between albums for these guys. Also, I don't count any of the years where Aaron wasn't in the band as official Underoath years. So they had a dead spot from really 2010 to 2015, if I'm not mistaken, and that kind of hurts them. If you guessed that Coheed and Cambria would come in as the last number 10 seed, well, good eye, sniper. Claudio is one of the most unique voices in all of music, but their time in the scene didn't really last that long. I feel like post In Keeping Secrets Silent Earth 3, with the Flavor House Atlantic and Blood Red Summer, the band moved towards more of a progressive rock influence. However, that album and those songs are just absolutely incredible. I don't know, I'm not really into the sci-fi aspect of the band though, and I couldn't ever bring myself to read all the books that Claudio writes to go along with the albums. It's just too much to keep up on. Like I said, I felt at least aesthetically and musically they moved towards the prog rock and eventually metal sound. They started touring with bands like Slipknot, Clutch, and Mastodon, and that's just kind of not my flavor.